All right, let's talk about a situation where things get serious. You need to put food on the table or defend your home. The rifle you choose isn't just a tool, it's everything. Frankly, I see too many good people spending hard-earned cash on rifles that look tactical but couldn't reliably hit the side of a barn. Some of these guns jam if you look at them wrong. Others are built with so much cheap plastic they feel like they'll crumble in your hands. A couple even have a reputation for catastrophic failures. Today, my goal is to save you from a major headache and a very expensive mistake. We're going to separate the real tools from the toys. Here are 8 survival rifles you should probably never buy. These guns make big promises, but deliver a whole lot of frustration. From cracking receivers to non-existent accuracy, here's what to avoid when your life is on the line. You know the phrase, jack of all trades, master of none? That's the Chiappa Little Badger. On paper, it sounds perfect. It's Italian-made, weighs under 3 pounds, and folds into a tiny package. But the reality is a mess. The polymer sights are so flimsy, they often come bent or broken right out of the box. The ergonomics are a joke for any average-sized adult. The length of pull is incredibly short, and the grip is comically small. At 25 yards, you might hit your target. At 50 yards, you'd have better luck throwing rocks. To make matters worse, the optional hammer extension is known for causing light primer strikes, meaning you pull the trigger and just get a click. In a survival scenario, this little Badger is less of a lifesaver and more of a single-use club. It's a neat concept, but a failed execution. Innovation without reliability is just an expensive paperweight. The Kel-Tec SU-16A looks brilliant, a lightweight folding .556 rifle with a built-in bipod. It seems like the ultimate truck gun, but the polymer receiver is its fatal flaw. After as few as 500 rounds, it can develop stress fractures around the bolt. People have documented their rifles literally cracking and becoming unsafe to fire well before reaching 1,000 rounds. On top of that, the front sight post notoriously works itself loose under recoil, destroying any hope of accuracy. And while Kel-Tec has a great lifetime warranty, a warranty doesn't help when you're miles from civilization and your rifle fails. Your life should never depend on a company's return policy. Factor in common reports of feeding and extraction issues, and you have a rifle that's just not ready for prime time. There's an old saying, cheap is expensive. The Mossberg 702 Plinkster Takedown is proof. You can find these for around $150, but you're getting what you pay for. The build is almost entirely plastic, and the takedown system is held together by screws made of such soft metal that they can strip if you look at them too hard. The first time you clean it, you'll find the bolt recoil spring is prone to bending, which leads to a lifetime of feeding problems. The extractor often fails to grab spent casings, causing constant jams. But the most serious issue is the credible reports of these rifles firing out of battery. That's not just unreliable, it's legitimately dangerous. When your .22 starts patterning like a shotgun, you don't have a rifle, you have a problem. Savage wanted a piece of the Takedown .22 pie, but what they served up feels rushed and poorly designed. The biggest complaint is the ejector screw, which constantly works itself loose while shooting, leading to non-stop jams. Most owners have to use blue Loctite just to keep the rifle running. Not exactly confidence-inspiring for a survival tool. Quality control is also a lottery. It's not uncommon to find rifles with crooked actions in the stock right from the factory. The included carrying case is another head-scratcher. It's bulky and doesn't secure the rifle components properly. For over $200, you're paying for a brand name attached to a dollar store design. There are far better options available for the same price or less. It's a huge red flag when a firearm company seems to ignore one of its own products. That's the story with the Rossi RS-22. This rifle is mechanically the same as the Mossberg 702, as both are made by CBC in Brazil. But somehow, Rossi made theirs even more frustrating. Finding spare magazines is a treasure hunt, and when you do find them, they're overpriced and unreliable. The user experience is just plain bad. The trigger is gritty and inconsistent, and extraction problems are common from day one. The plastic stock somehow feels even cheaper and more brittle than the Mossbergs. And customer support from Rossi? It's practically a myth. People report accuracy that degrades significantly as the rifle heats up. After a couple of magazines, Your groups can open up to 6 inches at 50 yards. That's not a rifle. It's a noisemaker. The Mossberg Patriot is a case study in cutting too many corners to hit a low price point. Accuracy is a complete coin toss. Many owners report patterns of 2 inches or more at 100 yards, with some rifles unable to hold a group at all. A big reason is the plastic action bedding inside the stock, which is known to crack or deform under normal torque. Speaking of which, the plastic trigger guard is so fragile it can shatter when you tighten the action screws to spec. The bolt has so much slop in the action it rattles, leading to inconsistent feeding. And the magazine is one of the flimsiest, most poorly designed pieces of plastic I've ever seen on a firearm. Quality control is a nightmare, with a high percentage of these rifles needing warranty work right out of the box. You can get a much better rifle for the same money. This rifle proves that expensive and complicated are the last things you want in a survival situation. The Desert Tech Wolverine costs over $2,000, weighs a hefty 8 pounds, and is packed with proprietary parts you'll never find in a pinch. The bullpup design looks futuristic, but it's a nightmare for practical use. Magazine changes are slow and awkward, and the long linkage bar gives the trigger a mushy, unpredictable feel. The manual of arms is completely different from a standard rifle, requiring a steep learning curve. And if you're a left-handed shooter, forget it. It ejects hot brass right into your face. For the price of one Wolverine, you could buy 3 or 4 proven, reliable rifles that are easier to use and maintain. This is a collector's item and a range toy, not a serious survival tool. And here we have it, a rifle that leverages a legendary name to sell an overpriced, underperforming product. The Steyr Scout RFR takes the iconic Scout concept and turns it into a $700 rimfire disaster. For that premium price, you get a magazine that is notorious for falling out due to a poorly designed retention system. The integrated bipod legs are so flimsy, they feel like they'll bend if you put any real weight on them. The scope mount is positioned so high that it's almost unusable. Accuracy is shockingly mediocre for a rifle in this price range. The straight pull bolt, which should be fast, is instead gritty and prone to binding, especially when dirty. The build quality just isn't there. You'll find cheap plastic where there should be metal. This rifle is a classic case of paying for a brand name, not for performance. It's a huge disappointment. Okay, let's talk about the rifles that actually get the job done. These aren't just good guns. They are proven, reliable tools you can depend on when it matters most. Sometimes the best rifle is the one that quietly gets everything right. The TC Compass 2 is a budget bolt action that consistently outperforms rifles costing twice as much. Available in a wide range of calibers, this American-made rifle often shoots sub-MOA groups right out of the box. The barrel comes threaded from the factory, ready for a suppressor, and the adjustable trigger is clean and crisp. The synthetic stock feels basic, but it's incredibly durable and weatherproof. The 60-degree bolt throw is fast and smooth. For around $400, you get a rifle that can take any game in North America and stand up to serious abuse. It's simple, accurate, and dead-on reliable. For those who love the speed of a lever action but want modern performance, the Browning BLR is in a class of its own. Its biggest game changer is the detachable box magazine. This allows you to use modern, pointed Spitzer bullets in powerful, long-range calibers. At around 6.5 pounds, it's a joy to carry, and it balances beautifully. The gear-driven action and rotating bolt head give it impressive accuracy for a lever gun, with most shooters getting 1.5-inch groups at 100 yards. The build quality is pure Browning. It's a rifle that will probably outlast you. For fast handling in thick woods, the BLR is an outstanding choice. This is what the Little Badger should have been. The Double Badger proves that a combination gun can be an incredibly versatile survival tool. You get 2 barrels, one in .22 LR for small game, and another in .410 shotgun for birds or close-range defense with slugs. The over-under design is brilliantly simple, with fewer moving parts to fail. The stock is adjustable and fits a full-sized adult, and the iron sights are made of steel, not plastic. At 6 pounds, it's solid but still light enough to carry. For maximum flexibility in one simple bomb-proof package, the Double Badger delivers. Savage perfected the combination gun concept for the modern era. The Model 42 Takedown is like the Swiss Army knife of survival rifles. It comes in either 22 LR or 22 WMR over a 410 shotgun barrel. The break-action design is as reliable as a hammer, and the selector on the hammer is foolproof. The takedown mechanism requires no tools and reliably returns to zero. The sights are excellent. A sturdy, adjustable rear and a bright fiber optic front. Both barrels are surprisingly accurate. For under $500, you get two dependable guns in one, built into a package that will last for generations. This is what a real survival rifle looks like. Was there ever any doubt? The Ruger 1022 Takedown isn't just the best survival rifle. It's the gold standard by which all others are measured. With millions sold, its reliability is legendary. The takedown system is pure genius. Push a lever, twist, and it separates. Put it back together, and your zero is right where you left it. Out of the box, accuracy is excellent. At just 4.6 pounds, you'll barely notice it in a pack. The aftermarket support is endless. You can customize literally every single part. Magazines are reliable, affordable, and plentiful. For around $400, it's accessible to everyone. For hunting, defense, or training, the 1022 Takedown does it all perfectly. 60 years of production says it all. So there you have it, the honest truth about survival rifles. Stop wasting your money on flashy guns that will fail when you need them most. Get something proven, something reliable that will actually keep you safe. Your life could depend on that choice, so choose wisely. If this video helped you, hit that subscribe button for more no-nonsense gun advice. Stay ready, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.